we're not going to give details on this yet, but there was something else that we had talked about where they basically admitted like we felt like this was a bit of a miss, and we're gonna make changes to this to make it better too. So yeah, again, you guys will get the details later,
but not too much later, because we actually got the details of the rollbacks being rolled back while I was editing that monster video yesterday, that 1-year anniversary of your Marvel Strike Force weekly news update. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. A lot of good stuff in there, real-time PvP, Taskmaster details, but there were a few things that I left out purposely, and I'm going to talk about that in this video. Plus, I am going to react to that new blog post about the rollbacks being rolled back. Of course, I'll show you some footage of my Black Bolt unlock at 7 stars, and we have a giveaway. So, a lot of stuff, guys, and if you're ready for all of it, you know what to do. Let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're staying safe and staying healthy, getting some workouts in, getting some sun, but keeping that social distancing that we're having going on right now. But anyway, we are not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about some Marvel Strike Force and some of the bombshells that were dropped on us yesterday. So I'm going to talk about the rollbacks being rolled back of that ability enhancements challenges that were bugged recently. So I'm going to give you the details on that, the latest details. I'm going to talk about a few things that were left out purposely of that anniversary video. There's a few things that were little errors, and we got some clarification on them, and I just thought it was a lot easier to just edit out. I'm going to talk about some of the corrections that we got and some of the things that were left out of that video. And then I'm going to talk about Black Bolt. I'm going to show you footage of my 7-star unlock and some of the things leading up to that. And that is it. Plus, we have a giveaway, so make sure you guys stay around to the end. But let's get to this blog post about the Ability Enhancements Challenge. So just for some of the context on this Ability Enhancements Challenge, April 22nd was when we got notice in the blog post of these challenges being rolled back. And if you guys aren't familiar with it, I know we've talked about it a bunch on this channel, but in case it's your first time watching, what happened when the Red Star rework went into effect a few weeks ago? Challenge level 10, level 12 of the ability enhancement challenge, super easy. You could run that thing on auto pretty much. Their initial messaging said it was gonna be corrected, and players that got to 3 stars or 1 star or anything on those on the date after that Red Star rework went into effect, they would be rolled back. And this caused some controversy in the community, and I think I said at the very beginning, in a vacuum, this is exactly what their response should be. They should be resetting the values to these characters. If something's too easy, I don't want it too easy. I don't want to be like that. If something's too hard, it shouldn't be that. It should be the normal difficulty. So I thought this was a proper response, but a lot of the response on Reddit with the community was that, why are they fixing this and not rolling back another thing, some of the other things, especially the challenge with Captain Marvel and Greg. There was an issue with Captain Marvel targeting Greg all the time, which made some of the other challenges very easy. And one of my solutions was maybe they should just roll this back for everything, all of the challenges, the Greg one, this one, and you know, if you're gonna roll back, then do everything. Well, they came out with a context for these challenges a couple days later, explaining why they did this. And one of the big things was making it fair for everybody. I think that is important. That is one of the big things I got from the devs yesterday when I talked to John Durr and Cerebro, and that was they wanted it fair, not just for players that were around that level, around 10, or beat this around 11, 12, for newer players that haven't got to these levels, that have just started playing. They want it fair for them as well, and that's why they made the decision to roll people back. You still get to keep the enhancements, all the materials that you got from this, but they're rolling people back. And they did mention that Greg bug and some of the other things, some of the other technical issues that need to be addressed, but the community was still hot. So guys, this was the solution that they came up with yesterday. I don't know if it came up with it, but they announced it yesterday, and this is what it was. Now I was thinking, you know what, the solution, make everybody happy, just roll everybody back, but this went way beyond that. So I'm glad they didn't take my solution. I'm glad they came up with something that was way more generous than what I was thinking. And Casino had a few other suggestions, but yeah, this is the most generous, and this is something that they came up with and asked us how I felt about it. I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah, do that. Don't do what I said. Do this one. So I'm glad that they went with that. I think they were just kind of gauging the reaction. I don't think they were actually asking me what they should do. But anyway, what they wanted to do was create a fair experience for all of our players. Those that already beat the challenge, so did that before the bug happened. Those that encountered the bug, so someone like myself that is like, oh, this is so easy. You could just auto this. And this is one that I wasn't really taking into account. All the new players that aren't even at that level yet. So they wanted to create the best environment for everybody, and the challenge ramp, which they mentioned in their previous blog post, not to make it too jarring, you know. So I think this is a really good solution that they came up with. So upon further discussion of how we can best handle this situation for all players, we decided not to do a correction to progress, and that is awesome, guys. Woo! The character ability stats for the challenge have been fixed and will remain at their current values, which was always the intention. And yes, we can see that was always the intention because that's how it was before this bug came about. However, there are some changes made to the reward structure of the higher tiers in this specific challenge moving forward. Tier 11, 12, and back to 10. That is also being adjusted. So before, there was no blue materials in these, but we were getting some blue materials. So I think that is a nice gesture. Tier 10, you're getting 13. Tier 11, you're getting 14, which was not previously there. Tier 12, you're getting 15. Across all of these challenges, 25 purple materials and 3 orange materials. Every time you do this challenge, you get to do it 3 times every time it pops up, 3 times a week. So you're getting 9 of these orange ability mats when you do this, which is 27 per week. So, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think this is too game breaking. That is what, every month and a half or so, you can upgrade 1 ability. So, especially taking into the fact that we're getting 3 to 4 new characters every update. I don't think this is going to be too game breaking, which is good. I thought they thought it would be too game breaking, but yeah, in context, not really. But as you can see, the rewards for purple, orange ability materials are the same across all of these tiers. We're also adding blue materials to 11 and 12, but with slightly increasing values. This allows lower level players to get nearly the same rewards, but the intended challenge curve can remain intact, anticipating future tiers that may be added. And that was something that was also discussed yesterday. They talked about tier 13, tier 14, and to make it balanced for that. So I think this is a good solution. Tier 10, same rewards. You go up to tier 11, it is harder. So if you manage to fail, no worries. You're getting, you could always go back and auto tier 10, getting the same rewards though, but you're getting it more and more challenging for when these future challenges come about. So I think that is a awesome thing. And I think that was one of their concerns as well. So this addresses their concerns. And this addresses, to me, what is the most important concern, which is that perception, because I think that perception was a very big issue with this. Not necessarily what they did, but the perception of the community. So I think that was a good thing. The rewards have been flattened across all higher tiers. It means that previously planned correction to progress is no longer necessary, and they will not do it. So yeah, even if they roll people back, not even necessary. So as always, the dev team evaluates all these issues individually in this situation with these issues in this climate. So that is very important, because that goes back to that perception thing that I was talking about. Because, you know, warranted or not, there's been a little negativity in the community recently with Marvel Strike Force. And yeah, so I think that is an important factor in this. We're treating players that encountered 2 separate issues, Captain Marvel being the second. And that was the one where we mentioned Captain Marvel targeting Greg with the challenge equally and leave the progress that it is. In the future, that may not always be the case. So yes, every issue is evaluated individually and taking into account the impact that it's having on each of the players. So good stuff. Let me know what you guys think of this. It does good in the perception of FoxNext. Yes, I think for some reason there was a negative perception of FoxNext very recently, but I think this does help to change that. And I think a lot of what we heard in the interview yesterday does that as well. And there was a few things that were left out on purpose. There was some things said that needed to be corrected, and I thought it would just be easier to do a separate video on that or include that sometime later instead of trying to edit that and make that look all clean. So the first thing that was mentioned, Red Star Store, Corvus Glaive is going to be coming to that Red Star Store sooner than expected. Now, in an interview, John Durr, the game director, said it would be May 3rd, but that would be subject to change. That was not correct, which is why I was not in the video. I got a note from Cerebro while I was editing that video, the 3rd Friday in May. Now that date is also subject to change, guys. So that is not a lock date, but that is a date around that we can't expect that, you know, there's people working from home and things always get weird with that. But expect Corvus Glaive in that Red Star store a lot sooner than expected. Another question that was asked was about the Ultimate 7 to difficulty sliders. In the interview, he said there would be 3 difficulty sliders. That is not correct. There are going to be 5 difficulty sliders. Now, he did say that the current iteration of that is the second of those 3 difficulty sliders. So I'm not sure if it is still the second or if that is going to be up to the 3rd, the middle one, because 2 would be the middle of 3, but 3 is the middle of 5. So not sure exactly where the current iteration of Ultimate 7 is, but when we get some difficulty sliders, there will be 5 of those for Ultimate 7. And that is, those are the 2 main things that were purposefully left out of the video. But now let's talk about this guy, Black Bolt. He has gotten a little upgrade since the last time you guys have checked out my roster. What was lacking? I had all the Asgardians ready except for one character, Hela. And I was just planning to refresh her node, spend some cores to do that, to get this guy up to his current 7-star level. But I didn't need to do that both days. I only need to do that one day. And the reason for that is we got a cool thing from Tadano Mech. We got that event that happened and we're getting 10 shards for 10 power cores. So Hela popped up in the store and that was awesome. Brought that total up, did all of my refreshes, did the 50s, did the 100s, and was at 299 out of 300 at that point. So had 1 premium orb, opened that, and luckily it was 15 Hela shards. So actually I didn't need to do all that farming, could have just got it from right there. But yes, that is Black Bolt at 7 stars. So let's go take a look at the footage now. Again, it is honestly, it's pretty easy. The Asgardians, they are a good team. They have some good synergy. So I don't expect a lot of people to be having problems with the Asgardians as this event rolls around for you if you are not unlocking the 7-star level yet. But this is what I did. I think most of it was on auto because, as you know, the Asgardians, they're one of the top teams in the game. And yeah, so here you go. As you can see, you get a free Black Bolt. And as with every Hela match, you get a free Greg as well. Actually, I did not auto this. I thought I autoed it, but yeah, going after Minerva first, which is something I should have done yesterday in that PvP battle against Casino. But yeah, went after Magneto. But yeah, boom, there he goes. And my Black Bolt actually dies right there. Thanos is angry. And there's still 10 enemies left. Oh, now it is on auto. Okay, so I did eventually throw it on auto. And yes, as you can see, Asgardians just wiping the floor with these guys. Not many teams can stand up to the Asgardians, guys. This is a very, very strong team. And I fully expect once you get these stars on these characters, this is a character, Black Bolt, that you can unlock with full auto, just because the Asgardians have some really good synergy. I think I was selectively targeting a few of these guys. So Doctor Strange, huge threat. Don't want it to bring anybody back to life, especially Minerva, because she could do that. And then my next target, Captain Marvel, right there. So once those guys are down, not even worried about it. But I mean, these are the Asgardians. Plus, with these challenges, you get unlimited amount of attempts until you beat this. So if you weren't able to beat it right there, then I probably would go in and just manually play this. But that is, it is almost done. Thanos almost dead. Boom. We still have Ghost Rider and Groot. Ghost Rider's down. And there is Groot. Oh, and there is the unlock, guys. Now, after I did that battle, I was like, oh, I got these 150 silver credits. And I had a little bit more, but I had those credits in my economy and I was waiting for him to pop up in the store. Luckily, he did pop up and I did that upgrade. So this is what the upgrade from 4 to 5. This is not a lucky pull. This was one I purchased in the store. And boom, as you can see right here, his power goes from 94K to 104K, and pretty much everything on him is maxed except for these red stars, guys. All of his abilities right here, all of the gear, he's at level 75, so the only thing that he can't possibly max right now is the red stars. So a lot of people would ask me, who would you upgrade? Black Bolt, Hela, Phoenix? When it came time to upgrade Black Bolt and I saw him pop up on a store, he is the character that I went for. So that is my answer, guys, from now on. If you guys are going to ask me again, who should I upgrade? Black Bolt or Hela or Phoenix? I think Black Bolt has a lot of long-term value. I mean, Hela does as well, but Black Bolt is getting more use from me right now. So Black Bolt is who I'm upgrading. And that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the things that we talked about in this video. But now, guys, it is time for a giveaway. So this is a giveaway sort of for Cull Obsidian when he comes into the game. Now, we did an interview earlier this week. Actually, I think it was late last week. Did an interview with Dan from linksoar.us. The link is going to be down in the description. And he said, hey, you know what? Can I offer you something for this? I'm like, no, don't worry about it. He said, you know what? Let me donate a giveaway on your channel. So that is what we're doing. It's kind of for Cull Obsidian. It's a $25 gift card. I'm not sure what he's going to be unlocked at, 45 or 100 shards. It's a 45 shard unlock. You can get Cull Obsidian. If not, you'll get a half of a Cull Obsidian offer. So what do you got to do to win? So all you got to do, leave a comment in the description with the hashtag Cull Obsidian, all one word. Make sure there's no spaces or anything. Your comment will probably get filtered out by YouTube. But as with all these contests, guys, I will go in and manually approve every comment that has that hashtag before I do the drawing. So good luck. That will be announced when I do that Cull Obsidian video. So make sure you guys watch that video as well. And make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel because there are more videos coming on this channel every week, at least 4 Marvel Strike Force videos. And so click on that notification bell so you know each time we upload a new one. Now, that is it. And check out some of the links down below, guys. And I will see you guys next time. Check me out on social media as well. And give me a hug fist bump before you go ValleyFlyin!